This video is more so about one play that I saw this season that was really interesting to me and just really unique and creative in a third down situation. It's not necessarily a commentary on Green Bay's offense, nor is it a commentary on Davante Adams. I'll show you how this possession ended. So Davante Adams touchdown. That's why I got him spot shadowed here. He just gives a little shake route to the safety and beats him to the corner. Easy touchdown. 7 yards of separation when the ball was thrown. Pretty unbelievable if you ask me what the guy was capable of doing. I can definitely see where people would be concerned about Green Bay, being able to continue to produce points at a high level without him there, to draw double teams or draw attention. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewind it back to near the beginning of this possession, or the first part of this series, I should say. First play is going to be just a little flip toss out here to the right with a pulling right tackle out here. One thing about Green Bay that I've always noticed is their offensive linemen the O-linemen seem to play better when they go to Green Bay if they're veterans. They do a nice job of their scheme. Guys seem to really understand things. This is not a commentary on their whole offense. I'm leading up to a point here. That was a first down play. Second down play, really cool. If you ask me, this running back down here to the bottom side of the screen and these two tight ends packaged here. One of them's an H-back, actually, number 49. They're going to run clear-out routes, and the guy in motion is going to sit in the flats. So here's one of the H-backs here. He originated from somewhere in this area. Here's one of the other H-backs. He originated from, right next to him. And then here's the running back who originated from, next to Aaron Rodgers. So we'll show it to you a couple times so you can see it. Cool stuff, man. Using the guy in motion to sit in the flats. Really isolate the flat defender. Allow this guy to get the football. Doesn't get a ton of yards. Bad spot, if you ask me. Think the guy probably got the first down. But in any case, this little short gain, cool play underneath, easy completions. If you're, a Ravens fan watching this, whatever, Raiders fan, whatever, this is a way to get your quarterback easy completions late in the progression. So what I mean by that is, everybody's aware of and understands what a check down route is, but this is an interesting way of doing it. The guy in motion is the guy who's becoming the check down. The running back is running what is essentially a clear out route, pulling defenders with him. Even if those defenders don't stay with him forever, they at least got to carry him to a certain depth. Now, in this case, Kendricks did carry him, so that looks like a man-to-man technique there. Any case, second down play gets him a 3rd and 1, which is the whole point of this video, is the 3rd and 1. Really neat stuff, man. Neat stuff. 3rd and 1, typically in football history, is a time when you get to running back the ball, your best athlete, quote unquote. At most levels of football, you get to the NFL, obviously. On this team, he's not the best athlete. You got Davante Adams out there, or at least they did. 3rd and 1, that's typically what you're doing, in most levels of football. Not today. 3rd and 1 is often a passing down for certain teams. 3rd and 1 is a situation where you're trying to be, get the first down, but also maybe bust a big play. Green Bay does a fantastic job here. This is a really unique play. It's basically a speed option play. So they're going to option off of this D end here. But they're not going to run option with Aaron Rodgers. Would you? Watch what they do, man. They just motioned. I think that's Randall Cobb back in the backfield. Hand the ball off to him. This D end is unblocked completely. Anthony Barr, the inside linebacker, is filling the B gap. You'll see him from the end zone angle. He should have scraped it a little wider. And then he's pitching off the D end. Easy first down. Doesn't get any easier than that. Beautiful football play for multiple reasons. Here's a couple. Number one, you had a bunch set to the field. All right, Cobb was over here. He had a bunch set to the field, 3 receivers. So Minnesota's defense was accounting for that. Now you do have a boundary side safety, which I think is Harrison Smith over here. But up to the top side, you have 1, 2, 3 DBs. All right, because you had 3 receivers. Cobb motions back in the backfield, and this guy right here, you'll see from the end zone angle, moves with him. But what you have is you have the opportunity to option off of a guy to the boundary with no player outside that D end. And what I mean by that is, here's the field side D end, and look, you have 2 players aligned outside of him. Makes sense, because you originally had 3 receivers right there. The only other receiver over here is Davante Adams. Well, they're not going to roll a safety down here and leave this guy man-to-man, or, they could back this safety up, roll the safety, back that corner up, roll the safety down and show cover 3 or off man with inside help on a slant, help on a hitch, help on a stop or an out. But in any case, they got a too high look to the boundary, takes advantage of it perfectly, hands it off to Cobb, pitches it left-handed. Guys, if you don't get how cool this is, that's okay. I have some experience coaching around option people. Most people are right-handed. It was 83% of people are right-handed. In order to pitch the ball, you got to practice it every day. Most of us are right-handed. We're going to be comfortable pitching the ball to a running back. If we're a quarterback, we're going to be comfortable pitching it. Well, this isn't a quarterback. He's certainly not practicing pitch drills every day in the NFL. But not only is he pitching the ball, he's pitching it left-handed. So they had to practice this multiple times. Now, maybe Randall Cobb is left-handed, so maybe that's why they run this play, which would, to me, further illustrate how creative this is on Green Bay's offense. I think this shows that they're willing to adapt and able to adapt to whatever situation. Certainly they're going to go receiver in the draft and probably once, if not twice early on to try to, recoup some of that big playability that they lost with Davante Adams. End zone angle here. You'll see Cobb coming to the backfield. And the breakdown, if you ask me, really is that they scoop up. They work up with the left tackle to the inside linebacker Barr. So this guy technically should be stepping down. So technically he should be tackling Randall Cobb. This should be a scrape exchange where the inside linebackers and the D end are exchanging gaps. Even though this tackle goes this way, so technically the B gap still stays, between him and the guard. If you're going to execute a gap exchange, that's what it would look like. And you'll see Barr, hits B gap, which is his gap technically. But if you're a thief, you don't go through a closed window. You go through an open window. So if you're trying to rob somebody, you're not trying to break into the window and make a whole lot of noise. If you can find an open window, you go through it. This is a closed window. Barr should have been gap exchange in here. But the design of the play is beautiful. You do have Aaron Rodgers opening away from Barr, so he sees Rodgers back. He should be able to see this running back flow and recognize it's not an actual running back. Beautiful play, though. Beautiful design. Kind of a cheat. Don't get me wrong. Kind of a cheat on Green Bay's part, but got to give them credit. I think Green Bay's offense will be fine. Will they miss Davante Adams? Absolutely. I think they're smart enough and capable enough, and they have very versatile football players who can adapt in these situations. That was just a short little primer on a play that I noticed. I wanted to set it up by showing how the possession ended with, obviously, a touchdown to Davante Adams. If you want to use soccer terms, Davante Adams is a striker. He finishes, he scores goals. And all these other guys are people that help them matriculate the ball down the field or people that help them continue possession like I just showed you. They got to get a striker. They've got to get a scorer in the draft, obviously. Jahan Dotson, anybody like that is going to help them out, but one person's not going to be able to substitute everything Davante Adams did. Anyway, let me know what you guys think of the video in the comment section and what you think of that play that Green Bay ran in that situation. Obviously, they lost. I think they lost that game 34-31 on a last-second field goal, I believe, to the Vikings. So, interesting loss there. There's one other play that I'd like to take a look at from the Green Bay game. If you have any unique plays from the season you'd like to see me break down or talk about, please let me know.